Hello friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks. And today I'm going to talk about India Cements, which has done really well over the past 3 to 6 months. Let's understand how the business is doing and let's understand what needs to be done. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about India Cements, I have a small request that kindly support me on Patreon, and once you do that, it will help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll get access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts that I put up from time to time. And if you pay $100 upfront, you get 1 year membership with a 25% discount. For detailed market or company talk or portfolio you're having or number of stocks you're having and you want to discuss with me, you can directly email me and we can work things out. Now about the company, India Cements is the leading mid-cap cement firm headquartered in Chennai. It is also prevalent mostly in South India, not quite in North India, but is doing very good businesses. The market cap of the company is around 5 to 6,000 crores at the moment. Produces a variety of cement products, concrete products, and sells across the southern belt. It also sells electricity produced from windmills and thermal plants, albeit a little bit, but there is a smidgen of you can say revenue coming from that stream as well. Dividend payout is decent, and the company has done appreciably well over the last year or so, with high net worth individuals and individual large individual investors getting into the company. It has been I'm sorry, it has been a major up move post buying by large players like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, etc. So the numbers, market cap of the company is around 5.5 to 6,000 crores. It has risen more than when I made the presentation, so kindly take that into consideration. Once the presentation was made, it was around 5.5 thousand crore. I made it around 15 days back. Sales is 1185 crores versus 1244. So these are numbers of the December quarter. Sales were down by around 5%, whereas profit came out about 68 crores versus a loss of 9.5 crores. And there lies the turnaround of the sector probably in this quarter from the December quarter onwards. And over the last 6 months, the company has done appreciably well. Operational efficiency and better demand has also helped, and things are moving on the ground. So, contrary from the belief that because of the pandemic, the second wave of the pandemic, things would be very bad on the ground. It is better than what happened last year because there hasn't been a centralized lockdown. There has been localized shutdown of industries here and there, but centralized, the center and the government has pushed for the businesses to continue, and that has helped. Return on equity is at 1%, operating profit margin is at 10%, but this is going to improve as profits ring in. So we'll see after a year how ROE pans out, because it is a misnomer when you consider that last 2 3 quarters have been of losses and things have not been that great. In fact, things have been very abysmal in 2020. It is currently trading at 34 35 times earnings, which is slightly stretched, but then you have to understand that the business, if the profits rake in over the next few quarters, then the stock prices may sustain here, or may go up slightly rather than going down. Promoter holding is low, and that is a cause for concern. Institutional holding is also low, but individual investors, in terms of individual investor, they are large HNIs who are holding the stock. So if you look at the performance of the stock has done really well for the past 12 to 16 months. Over the last 1.5 years, it has risen from the mires, you can say, and done extremely well. They have large players, as I have explained, large HNI investors, individual investors have brought in a big chunk over a period of time, and then now the numbers are showing up. So at that point of time, we didn't realize, at least I didn't realize, as to why the buying is happening in such big manner. So numbers are good. It has been good for the last 2 3 quarters, at least a couple of quarters, but over the last 1 year, if you look at, the numbers have not been that great, but numbers are improving, and that is a very positive sign. The promoter holding is 28%, and that's a deterrent. It is extremely low. for somebody to invest big time, I do look at promoter holding that should be closer to 40% at least, with high HNI etc. Holding. And if some company is more than 5,000 6,000 crore market cap, then the promoter holding and you can say FII DII holding should be very good. So here that is a big you can say letdown, and that is why I don't normally or a lot of times talk about this stock. uh, Over 1% bought by RK Damani of DMart, and spurt in the stock. There have been some stake held by other large investors as well. So numbers are set to improve once things improve. So there could be up and down on the numbers, but the stock may just consolidate, decline a bit, and go up. So the thing is, we need to understand as to how the numbers would pan out going forward. I believe from FY23 onwards, numbers could be very good for the cement industry, and that's why the up move we are seeing at the moment. Because when the news comes out, that happens in the market, that when the numbers come out big time, then we will see the stock may correct at that point of time. So my call on the stock is that hold if you have it, and see, buy incrementally on very bad days in the market over the next 6 months, and hold for 2 3 years. I think cement sector will come back big time, as I explained in 2022. So FY23 could be very good for the industry. So you need to pick your horses in infrastructure and cement and this division. Although I would rather pick it into housing improvement. So rather than making houses or products that would make houses, I would look at companies which would get into, you can say, development of the houses, or you can say housing improvement, like electronic products, kitchen appliances, etc., which are more directly related to consumers. But if you look at cement, then Ultratech and ACC are the best pick. In mid cap, I would say something like the Dalmia Bharat is good, and if India Cements come out with very good numbers, so this is like a commodity trade. If cement sector really does well, then everything will do well. So take it as a long term commodity trade. That's why I was explaining that everything in the cement sector and you can say building materials will continue to shine, and I think that will happen from 2022. So a year to go, where you might not see a vertical move, but after 2022, for a year and a half, you could see a decent move in the cement domain. So a good 3 year play from here. Don't expect immediate gain. If you have a slight risk appetite, then you can get into the stock on declines and probably hold 2 3 years, and then and see how it pans out, and have only less than 5% exposure, or around 5 6% exposure into such stocks. So this was my video on India Cements. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my video straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.